advocates for the evolution of self, but that is our forte, and we know our limitations when it comes to IT and software and doing things online. So we will stick with what we do best, which is helping you improve your life and your quality of life.
That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. It is actually working. We are live.
Yay!
Yay! All right. So we are here to talk to you about the workshop that we have on next Wednesday. It's called Humaning the Spiritual Way, and it's about being here as a physical human with connection.
Yeah. And it gives you the tools to be able to look. We're never going to stop you from getting pissed off. We get pissed off. We're here for the human experience. It's going to happen to feel those emotions, but it's what we do with those emotions and how we apply intelligent emotions to those triggers and what we can do with them afterwards. So we're not ever going to stop them. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to feel them. That's why we're here. But we can certainly tone down the triggers. We can certainly tone down how we react. We can certainly lessen the impact that it has on our physical body, or by following these little tools and tips that you'll learn in our workshop.
Absolutely. And that is a big key, isn't it, Johnita? You know, a lot of people think they have to, not feel the emotions or not have that bad day or be positive all the time. And, until you actually accept how you feel, you can't change that.
Exactly.
So, my little spirit guide behind me is glowing. Can you see that?
Oh, he is.
Oh, okay. This is my spirit guide, everybody, and it's glowing right now. I'll move over so you can all see it flashing. So the thing is that you have to actually accept everything that you're feeling and acknowledge it before you can change it, because otherwise things just get pressed down. And I guess you really need some tools and some techniques to tune into to actually be able to do that and not sit in that anger or that sadness or that feeling of rejection or whatever it is for you. Sit in it for too long. Try to acknowledge it and flip it around. And I think that'll be one of the biggest benefits from this workshop, is those tools to change your life in that moment, change your energy, change your outlook, and then the longer term benefits of that are limitless, aren't they? If you change your outlook, change your energy, your whole reality changes.
It does, because there's perception. We always use that same analogy about being on a bus, and at one side of the bus is the doom and the gloom and the hail and the rain and the mud and the squishy, and on the other side of the bus you look out the window and you've got the flowers and the birds and the bees and the sunshine. Now you are always jumping on the bus and looking out either window. That's always going to be your reality. That is your perception. What you see is your perception. But until someone comes along and says, hey, you little creature of habit, you don't always have to sit in that seat. You don't always have to pay with 2 50-cent pieces. You don't always have to put your bag there and sit your bottom here. You can direct your life. You can sit on whichever freaking seat you want. And I know it sounds crazy, but how many times have we been out doing a seminar or a conference or even an annual meeting, for our work, and we break for lunch and everyone goes and we have something to eat, and then you come back and we all sit in the same seats, or the second day we all sit in the same seats. And you know what? I'm that mole that will go and sit in the wrong spot.
I do it too.
My unallocated spot every time. And when you do that, you need to be able to see the entrance door, because everyone's like, oh, they don't know what to do. I have created a ripple in the pond. And I love that. And it's the same with the bus. If nobody teaches you that you've got these choices, you can make choices. You can look out there if you want it. Then you can get up out of that seat, go sit somewhere else and look out that way.
The trouble is that some people get really upset, especially if you move their book or you move their water, and they go, but you've got to move around and get a different point of view, and that's a real metaphor for life, isn't it? You need a different point of view in life as well.
You are not the tree. If you don't like something, move. This workshop is I call chakras cogs, because we are man-made machines. we're living a human existence. We have a physical body that keeps us here. It's that earth transportation apparatus. While we're on earth, we're living in this body. So we need to look after it. But we also are spiritual beings. So I take the spiritual side of the cogs and I understand and get you to understand how that works and what that looks like and how important it is to look after our man-made machines, our cogs, and make sure that they're well oiled and they're shiny and we're, looking after them the way we're supposed to. So mine's a very masculine approach, or a very logical, almost scientific, a little bit of voodoo stuff, but it's a very scientific approach to cogs and how we can make sure that our cogs are in alignment so we have a better way of living. And then my good friend Trish does the complete girly, beautiful, feminine side of it. And I loved her side because I'm so not like that at all. I've got
with pretty pictures.
And I've still got my picture and it forms part of my screensaver. I've got my vision board. Yeah. My creation from Trish's workshop is on my vision board because I got so much out of it. And I think for us to really learn and to flourish as spiritual people doing the human way, we need to have that balance of yin and yang. And it's not necessarily, doing a boy job and doing a girl job. It's about our way of thinking and our perception and embracing both ways of doing things. So it's really cool, isn't it?
Absolutely, and both sets of tools and tips come into play every day in our lives. And sometimes you. I was going to say you need one or the other, but you really don't. It's like it's just that whole kit bag of tools that we have with us, and go with one. This one will suit this situation. This one will suit this one, and but the one I teach, I guess, is a mindset kind of affirmation type energy shift, whereas yours are, as you're going through the day, it's like a physical, I need to shift this right now kind of action. So they're all really valid for everybody every day.
Absolutely. Yeah. We had so much fun bringing the workshop, this is our second workshop that's coming up on the 22nd of April. Yeah. And we had a blast doing it the first time. And we had some interest about, come on, guys, let's do it again. And we're like, oh, you want us to do it again? Oh, we couldn't possibly. Get out of the way. We're coming through. Because it's so much fun. And every time we do this workshop, and it's not just going to be the second and the final, I can tell you now, every time we do this workshop, the different students that come along and the different people that come into the group and to the chat, we learn so much because everybody's so individual and we've got our own experiences. And I come out thinking, wow, that's so cool. I never thought about that before. And I see how that can apply to my life and what I can learn from it as well. So it's certainly not one of those workshops where the teacher sit at the front and lecture you on what you will remember and what you won't remember.
Spit that gum out. Down the back. Spit that gum out.
Exactly. Can I go to the toilet, miss? It's a lot of fun because, you learn so much more when you're at play. And we've been told for years that the spiritual journey is a hard one and it's painful and it's lonely, and that's a load of shit. It's full of fun. It's full of fart and poo analogies. We love delivering it because I will never run out of fart and shit analogies ever in my life. I will just keep making them up. But life is about learning and having fun. And, if on a scale of, what did we say yesterday? On a scale of 1 to 10.
How scale of 1 to 10, but how shitty is your life? I might pop that in the comments.
Yeah. If you've got 1 is not shitty at all and 10 is shitty, and you're always in that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and onwards, then we can help you flip that so that you've got, the shit is always going to be there, okay? It's just the depth that varies. It depends on how you look at the shit. Are you going to grow roses in it, or are you going to think that your shit only grows weeds? And it's about a mindset shift.
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
Shift the shit. There we go.
Shift the shit. Lucky your name's not Charmaine. You could be Charmaine the shit shifter.
Where's the seed pole? Look out.
Oh dear. But that's really it. And you can stay if you wake up in the morning and you go, you know what, I'm just drowning in this shitful life today, and I don't know how to get out of it. I'm I've worked really hard. Why am I here? All of this stuff that goes on in our head, you can carry that on all day and just get worse and grow more weeds, or you can just go, right, I've got some tools that I learned at that workshop with that Johnita and that Trish chick. I've got some tools. I'm going to use one of those today, and I'm going to raise my vibration up so that I'm having a better day. And it's really as simple as that. It's getting down to the moment. It's not some, you're not going to be able to use these tools until you've studied them for 20 weeks and practiced them for 5,000 hours. It's like straight in, do it now. It's done.
And I was like, if something boring is batshit, another analogy, if something isn't boring as batshit, I will not do it. It's got to keep me occupied and interested. Otherwise, I'm out. And I'm very direct and very honest. And I will say to someone, well, this is boring. See ya. And my survival instincts kicked in, and I ran for my life so I didn't die from boredom. So, and it's like that. They're life-changing tools that we can equip you with. And you will use them every day, because it's a reminder that you're in charge of your life and you get to choose. And our entire life, we feel like we have no control. And that's where a lot of anxiety comes from too. So if you're suffering from anxiety and stress, certainly get yourself to this workshop, because little tiny tips, and they are seriously little tiny tips that you can use, and your brain will remember them, because your soul will know how it feels when you use them. And it's a lot of fun.
It is. And both Johnita and I have been in situations in life, sometimes for years at a time, where we felt we haven't had any control. And I kind of feel that that's the same now in life. So many people don't feel they've got any control, because all of a sudden the whole world has stopped. And, you kind of start getting back into that, I can't do anything unless I've got the okay from this person or the government or this or that. And you have that feeling of loss of control again, and that's creating anxiety in people. But we've always got control of how we feel. No matter what's happening around us, we've always got control of that. It's our choice. But if you don't have the tools to help you in that moment, it's really easy to stay in that frame of mind for days, weeks,
and spiral out of control.
Yeah, and just kind of live as in a survival mode, rather than actually living.
Yeah.
So
from victim to empowerment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't matter where your life is at the moment or where your reality is. If you're sitting in isolation, if you're just lost your job, if you're wondering what's next, if you're still at work and maybe feeling bad because other people aren't, or because there's a lot of people feeling that too. If your business is suffering because of all the closures, there's a lot of people experiencing a lot of different things right now. And so I think this workshop has really this second one has come at a beautiful time for people to be able to get back in charge of how they're feeling.
Exactly, and control the one thing that is yours, and that's your vessel.
Absolutely.
You don't have to give into that fear every single day, do you?
And it's the energy, isn't it? And I mean, this has been, I'm going through another morphing. We've all been going through some changes lately. But, it's actually our energy and what we feel in here and what we project that creates what's going on the external. So it really has to be those changes from the inside. You can't say to the world, I want this exact scenario right now so that I feel better. It doesn't work like that. You have to feel better first, and then the outside changes.
Exactly. It's I was trying to remember. There's Stevie Nicks sang a song called "Rooms on Fire," and she mentions right at the beginning that it feels like this life is a creation of the same old things. And she nailed it. And, we all know that Stevie Nicks has been rumoured to be a witch forever and a day. And she's probably very paganist because she's very connected to everything. And whether you love her or you hate her, it doesn't really matter. But in that perfect section of her song, and it is we are creating our own destiny, we are creating our own environment. And if we think about how terrible everything is every single day of our lives, and that's where all of our energy goes, that's where the bullshit will flow. Absolutely guarantee it. So and it's the tape, we get caught on that tape. It's something as simple as every time I meet someone nice, he cheats on me. So you've already got your subconscious that I'm looking for a cheating bastard because if I feel happiness, he has to cheat on me. So I need someone that the predisposition to cheating.
My
subconscious goes, send me a cheater.
Yeah, the same thing goes for people in jobs. Oh, and I never get to stay in jobs for long. They're always moving me along. Or, I've never had a job for more than 6 months. I had a client like that recently. It's like, I've never had a job for more than 6 months. I'm like, well, because you keep saying that.
You just go, nice. 5.5 months, let's go, girlfriend.
That's right. You just decide something's going to happen, but you can create the other destiny. You can create something different, and that's really the intention of this workshop, is to give you some tools, but also give you the possibilities. And when I'm working with people, and Johnita's the same, my passion and my absolute purpose here is to plant that seed of possibility into somebody, because when you're closed off and you can't see, everything feels impossible. But when you can see that there's a new perspective on something and that there is a way, then that seed of possibility is planted here. And then when you choose to take some different steps forward, then you've got the tools to do it. So, really such a valuable 2 hours to come and spend with us, get out of the solitude of isolation and of the humdrum life, whatever you're living right now. Just become and
And the best part is because it's online, so you can have a glass of wine. You don't need to write anything down, because with our workshops, once you pay for your ticket, you get the replay for life. So it's not a 12-month subscription. It's not you can only watch it now and you never have it again. And a lot of workshops that are face-to-face have got some huge benefits, but you get a booklet. You don't get the experience. And with our workshops, they're all online and they are recorded. So it is the experience that you get with it, and it's something that you can take away and reflect back over as your learning journey goes on for you. So it's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's because it is online, doesn't matter where you live.
And it doesn't matter if you wear pants. We're not wearing pants now. Are you wearing pants today?
That's it. I am.
Yeah, it's a bit cold
today. But it is optional.
Okay. Just don't stand up to show us anything, will you? Oh, what happened out there?
Whoops, sorry. We'll put one of those big red sensor crosses on it. Sorry. So yeah, it's all really fun, and we don't leave you hanging with questions either. And everybody's different, and everybody has a different need, I guess, because we're all on different journeys. So it's not a cookie cutter workshop. What we teach is the same, but it's going to relate to you differently. So we will take you through how it relates to you, any questions that you have, and you can just pop on the screen live with us and we can say hi. We can have a little Brady Bunch moment, and we can, we do we do that last time? I think we did. So lots of fun. So I've got the link to the workshop in the comments. You can click on that, head over to the event page on Facebook, and check that out. And I will also have it in the description, and I'll also pop in the description and in the comments Johnita's Facebook page, my Facebook page, and you can go and see who we are and
check it out. Make sure we're not we are completely crazy. Maybe not look for crazy levels. Maybe look for what we can bring to the table for you.
That's right, yeah. And reach out if you want to message us with anything. And we'd love to have you along. Now the link to register for the workshop is also in the event link, so you can Register there, and it's next Wednesday, 22nd of April, which at 7 o'clock. So that's Australian time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. It will be fairly early if you're in the States, but
5 a.m. I think for the US.
5
a.m. for the east side. Yeah,
it's not too bad actually. So that'd be worth getting up for. And then otherwise, if you don't get up, if you do register, you get the replay. And I think in the UK, it's probably not a bad time in the UK if I can just figure it out. Yeah. I know Hawaii time would be sometime during the day. So
everyone go to Hawaii. You have a little holiday.
Yeah. So anyway, look, it won't matter what time it is in your country. You can join us live or it'll feel like a live when we're on the replay. And on the replay, if you didn't get a chance to join us live, you're welcome to reach out and ask any questions afterwards.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So you won't miss out. So I've got the link in there. We hope that you will come and join us and come and have some fun with us.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I'm Johnita Francis, and that is Trish Rock, and I finally got the direction right. And we would love to see your faces and see you at our workshop coming up.